Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Shabbat will be in soon, so wish everyone Shabbat Shalom. It's going to be a busy weekend in Kenton because we're celebrating for the women of worth, and we all wish them and their families a Mazel Tov. It's also Mental Health Shabbat, and we in Kenton are celebrating our the Women's Shabbat as well, US Women's Shabbat. Which would have been next week, but all of those things are this week. So we'll start our Kabbalat Shabbat straight away with a Devar Torah from Rachelle, one of our women of worth. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Irene. It's very kind of you. Well, it's a very great pleasure to be invited to give a Devar Torah for the Kabbalat Shabbat for today, and of course the special weekend that Irene has just spoken about, and of course especially as it's been designated as Jewish Women's Shabbat as well. And as you know, the Women and Worth Tea is going to be held on Sunday when we're going to be celebrating. And I, together with Judy and myself, are delighted and appreciative of the fact that we've been honoured for this year, 5784. So in this week's Parsha Bo, it's interesting to note the absence of any mention of women and their role in preparation for leaving Mitzrayim. And this is noteworthy because Moshe's mother, Yocheved, the midwife Shifra and Puah, as well as Pharaoh's daughter, are dominant in the early part of the Exodus. So interpretation of this has been that first, that Hashem commanded Moshe and Bnei Israel to perform tasks before beginning their journey, and specified Hashem through Moshe instructs the male members and their household how to prepare and eat the paschal sacrifice, place its blood on the doorpost, and remove as from their homes, ready for a hasty departure. And this was such a detailed instruction for the Bnei Israel that they had little opportunity to have independent thought during their time as slaves. However, we know that in the opening accounts of women offering a different image, demonstrating independent thinking with imagination and foresight, even under threat of death. And women are industrious, imaginative, and are vision directed. So in their courageous actions to save the male infants, they are heroic. And this is on a par with the women extolled in the closing chapter of Proverbs, the Eshet Hayil, that is said, of course, on Friday evening. In a series of scenes, it describes the ideal woman, active, practical, businesswoman, director of the household, involved in the welfare of strangers and family, and a woman of wisdom and kindness. And the opening, of course, a woman of strength, refers to morale and physical force as well. Near the end of the Parsha, we read that it is a night of anticipation for Hashem to take them out of the land of Mitzrayim, a protection for all Bnei Israel for their generations. In a rabbinic text in the 5th century, Pesita de Rav Hakana, it is proposed that all firstborn Egyptians, male and female alike, were killed in the 10th plague. Pharaoh's daughter, Bithia, was spared through the intervention of Moshe, who prayed to Hashem to save his adoptive mother. In the prayer, Moshe refers to her as an Eshet Hayil, citing Proverbs 31:18, the woman whose lamp would not go out at night. So though women were not at the center of the narrative about the departure, they were obviously involved with the process. In Shemot, it tells us that every person during the plague, Mitzri dies during the plague. This is masculine, but by itself, it's not sufficient evidence as the Torah often uses the masculine when not specifying gender. Therefore, some midrashim say that the daughters were killed and others say not. And according to Rashi's viewpoint, women would be included in the plague because Hashem referred to the entire Bnei Israel as his firstborn. Looking at other women who have inspired us, such as Esther, Ruth, Miriam, and Sarah, to improve the Bnei Israel and impart a lasting legacy, of course, Esther demonstrated immense courage in defending her people at a time of great danger. The legacy of these women should be an inspiration to us all in their creative and purposeful endeavours to make the whole community and, in the wider sense, a better place. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rachelle. We wish you mazel tov, and of course you give us inspiration.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye. Okay, and now we're going to have the Kabbalat